15 Things You Didn't Know About 20th Century Fox. Welcome to Alux.com, the place where future billionaires come to get inspired. Hello Aluxers, and welcome to another exciting original video presented by Alux.com. Today we're revealing some interesting and surprising facts about one of the most successful American film studios in history, 20th Century Fox. 20th Century Fox was created in 1935 when Fox Films and 20th Century Pictures merged. Under the direction of Darryl Zanuck, the studio signed a number of actors like Shirley Temple, Betty Grable, Carmen Miranda, and Henry Fonda that helped them maintain their success for many of the early years. In the late 1950s and early 60s, the company struggled financially, although its films featured some of the biggest names of the day, including Cary Grant, Marilyn Monroe, Elizabeth Taylor, James Garner, and Doris Day. In the 1970s, all financial problems were forgotten with the release of the hugely successful Star Wars franchise, and they remained a prominent member of the so-called Big Six studios up until December 2017, when it was announced the Walt Disney Company had purchased 20th Century Fox from Rupert Murdoch in a multi-billion-dollar deal. If you're new here, welcome. Be sure to subscribe and follow us on Instagram at Alux. 20th Century Fox has brought us some of the most successful and popular movies of the last 20-plus years, and it'll be interesting to see how the company evolves as part of Disney in the future. But let's take some time now to take a closer look at some of the unknown history, accomplishments, and facts related to the iconic studio with these 15 things you didn't know about 20th Century Fox. Number 1. Marilyn Monroe made her first film with 20th Century Fox. In 1946, Marilyn Monroe, who was known as Norma Jean Mortensen at the time, was given a screen test by Ben Lyon, a 20th Century Fox executive. Although the head of the studio was unenthusiastic about signing the model to a film contract, he reluctantly agreed to give her a 6-month contract to keep her away from the rival film studios. Together, Ben Lyon and Norma Jean settled on the stage name Marilyn Monroe. Her very first film was Dangerous Years, which was released in 1947, and she only spoke 9 lines of dialogue as a waitress. One of her most successful 20th Century Fox films was The 7-Year Itch, which was released in 1955, just 7 years before her untimely death. Number 2. It was initially supposed to be called Fox 20th Century. When plans were being made for the merger between Fox Films and 20th Century Pictures, it was expected that the post-merge name would be Fox 20th Century. However, 20th Century Pictures recognized it was more profitable than Fox and had significantly more successful talent than the struggling Fox Film Company, so they renegotiated to have the name changed to the hyphenated 20th Century Fox. The hyphen was dropped in 1985 to give the company its current name. Number 3. The first Star Wars movie made $11 million. In 1977, 20th Century Fox released the original Star Wars movie, Episode 4. The studio was not confident about the film and only budgeted $11 million for its production. The film became a worldwide sensation, earning $461 million in the US and $314 million in all other markets, for a total of $775 million. Number 4. The Fox name comes from William Fox. William Fox founded Fox Films in the early 1900s, but lost control of the company in 1930 during a hostile takeover. The stock market crash, a serious car accident, and a government antitrust case left him facing bankruptcy. At his bankruptcy hearing in 1936, he attempted to bribe the judge and committed perjury, for which he was sentenced to 6 months in prison. After serving his time, Fox retired from the film business. When he died in 1952, no Hollywood producers or industry people, including the ones from the company named after him, came to his funeral. His name lives on in multiple media entities, including the Fox TV network, Fox News Channel, 20th Century Fox, and 21st Century Fox. Number 5. 20th Century Fox had the 4th largest market share in the industry in 2017. 20th Century Fox held about 12% of the studio market share in 2017, coming in fourth behind Universal, Warner Brothers, and Buena Vista. The studio had a worldwide box office gross of about $3.1 billion in 2017. Number 6. The Sound of Music saved 20th Century Fox. In the early 1960s, 20th Century Fox producer offered Elizabeth Taylor $1 million as a publicity gimmick to star in a new version of Cleopatra, despite the company experiencing some financial troubles. The cost of the film escalated quickly, jumping from a $10 million budget to nearly $40 million, which is about $326 million at today's valuation. This nearly bankrupted 20th Century Fox, and they were forced to sell their backlot, temporarily shut down the studio, and lay off the entire staff. They barely survived after Cleopatra was released in 1963 and relied on a series of cheap but popular movies to stay above water. The studio's saving grace came in 1965 with the release of the enormously successful film The Sound of Music, which grossed over $286 million worldwide, around $2.3 billion at today's valuation. Number 7. They did not allow Shirley Temple to play Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz. It's hard to imagine anyone other than Judy Garland playing Dorothy in the original Wizard of Oz in 1939, but MGM actually had the child star Shirley Temple at the top of their list when they were casting the role. However, Temple was under contract with 20th Century Fox at the time, and the studio refused to release her to work on the film. Number 8. Rupert Murdoch bought 20th Century Fox for $575 million. In 1981, 20th Century Fox and all of its assets were sold to investors Mark Rich and Marvin Davis for more than $700 million. When Rich fled to Switzerland in 1984 after being charged with tax evasion, racketeering, and illegal trading with Iran during the Iran hostage crisis, Marvin Davis bought his 50% stake for around $116 million. The following year, he sold that 50% to Rupert Murdoch for $250 million. Murdoch later bought out Davis's remaining stake in the company for $325 million. So in total, Murdoch paid $575 million for complete ownership of 20th Century Fox. Number 9. They released their iconic Christmas movie in May. 20th Century Fox bought the rights to Miracle on 34th Street, which was originally titled My Heart Tells Me, for $100,000 back in 1946. Although it was obviously a Christmas movie, the studio had insisted that it be released in May, arguing that more people go to the movies in warmer weather. In the promotion of the movie, the studio purposefully kept the Christmas theme a secret. The original movie brought in $2.7 million at the box office, which is around $30 million at today's valuation. Number 10. Titanic was the first film to pass the $1 billion mark at the box office. 20th Century Fox executives were sure they were going to lose money on the epic James Cameron film Titanic that was released back in 1997. At $200 million, the film cost about $1 million per minute of film to make. In fact, it was the most expensive film ever made up until that point of time. Imagine the execs' shock and surprise when Titanic became the first movie to surpass the $1 billion mark at the box office, going on to gross a total of $2.2 billion in theaters, including revenues from a 3D version of the film that was released in 2012. It spent an unprecedented 15 weeks as the #1 movie in America, and no film has come even close to approaching this record in the 20 years since it was released. Of course, Titanic also set off what was referred to as Leo Mania, and if you want to find out more about the star behind that, click in the upper right-hand corner to watch our video of 15 things you didn't know about Leonardo DiCaprio. Number 11. Disney bought 20th Century Fox as a part of a $52 billion deal. In December 2017, Disney made a deal with 21st Century Fox to purchase all of their TV and film properties, including 20th Century Fox, for $52 billion in stock. Fox still retains sports, live events, and news. This gives Disney control over a variety of shows and films like Family Guy, The Simpsons, and the Marvel Cinematic Universe, including the Fantastic Four, Deadpool, X-Men, Silver Surfer, and more. Number 12. Logan was their top-grossing film of 2017. 20th Century Fox released Logan, the 10th installment in the X-Men film series, in March 2017, and it quickly climbed to the top of the box office. It was made with a $97 million budget and went on to bring in over $618 million at the box offices worldwide, making it the studio's highest-grossing movie of the year. It was the only movie by 20th Century Fox to make it on the list of top-grossing films of the year, coming in at number 9. Number 13. They helped set a record for the largest time warp dance. To celebrate the 35th anniversary of the cult classic The Rocky Horror Picture Show, 20th Century Fox organized a big event in West Hollywood, California in 2010. The highlight of the event was a record-breaking time warp dance, which involved 8,239 participants dancing the iconic dance from the film. Number 14. 20th Century Fox is opening a theme park in Dubai. In 2015, it was announced that the Al Alhi Holding Group had made a licensing deal to build a theme park in Dubai, based on various Fox-owned film and television franchises, including Alien, Family Guy, The Simpsons, Planet of the Apes, and Ice Age. The park is expected to cost $850 million to build and is scheduled to open in 2018. A similar park is scheduled to be opened in Malaysia in 2018 as well. Number 15. Avatar made $2.7 billion worldwide at the box office. Avatar, a 2009 movie directed by James Cameron, broke several box office records and became the highest-grossing film of all time, with a total worldwide box office gross of $2.7 billion. It was the first movie ever to gross more than $2 billion, and it knocked another James Cameron movie, Titanic, out of the top spot, which it had held for 12 years. The movie cost $237 million to make and was distributed by 20th Century Fox. Now that you've learned some more about 20th Century Fox, we'd like to know, do you think their merger with Disney was the right business move? Let us know what you think in the comments. Still here? Here's a bonus fact just for you. Avatar, Titanic, and several Star Wars movies take up most of the top spots on the list of 20th Century Fox's most successful films, but others that rank towards the top in terms of overall gross include Deadpool, Independence Day, Home Alone, Night at the Museum, Castaway, and The Martian. Thank you for spending some time with us, Aluxer. Make sure to subscribe so you never miss a video. If you want more, we handpicked these videos you might enjoy, or head over to Alux.com for the best in fine living content on the planet. Be a part of the largest community of luxury enthusiasts in the world and tell your story.